sipping on tea with a raspberry twist. Crochet love flowing stitch by stitch, purple and brown like a soul set free. That's the rhythm of GrannyDee.
Howdy, Lord. I hope y'all had a wonderful 4th of July. I can't say I really did because it was too blamed hot. So I didn't go to the parade because, I'm gimpy. I'd had to go on hours early to get a place to park that would be close, and that's just couldn't be done. But I haven't been to a parade in probably 2-3 years, but I really wanted to go this year because 250 years of America. How many of y'all were around for the bicentennial, for the 200? I was 17. I remember it quite well. Just been messing around with more red, white, and blue. You can tell these are 2 different red, white, and blues. But that's all right because I've got more of this kind too. So I'll finish up the top, and it's big. It's going to be big and slouchy. That's cotton. Cotton. Who's got the cotton? Froggy's here, Susan's here, Kristen. Let me see who else. Let me go back to the beginning. Shatika, good afternoon, and blessings on you too, and thank you. And the Lord's blessings on us all. Hey, Cindy Lou, and Teresa too. She's saying hey to everybody. Everybody says hey to everybody. Me too. And I never mean to leave anybody out, but sometimes it happens. People come in, I might be showing stuff and running my jibber jabber. Hey, y'all, right after me, the Twisted Fiber friends, Maureen's already put it up, and I saw it. So I have the Squirrel Mobile set up to go to Sam's Yarn Basket, and they're going to have Panda as their guest, and I'm so excited. And there Maureen is saying, howdy, y'all, be sweet and hit those thumbs for our GrannyDee, Queen of the Sunday Lives. I'm only live now on Wednesday at 5. And these are Eastern times because I'll be in North Kakalaki, North Carolina, in the central part in a wee little town called Faith, Faith. I love saying I live in faith and mean it 2 ways. Geographically and spiritually. And the next thing Maureen said was what I just told y'all. She said, we're in for a hoot. And I know that's right. And Laura's here, and she's going to be watching us on the TV. That's fine. And Jules, yay, Jules is here. Please remember to keep Jules in your prayers daily. And we have other folks as well that we do that with, like Madonna Ballard, Linda Just a Crochet Sister, Miguel. Oh, there's so many. If you can't remember everybody's name, just pray for all, and the Lord knows. The Lord knows. DK Chin is here from over the pond, the big pond. And Angela Branham and Nana Donna, yay! And her little doggy Daisy May. And Jennifer Redgate and my Tammy. I love to pick at her. And I said Susan, and I believe I said Froggy and Kristen. I believe I got y'all. And Rebecca McCauley, yay! Yay. Nana Donna says a big blanket hello to all my crochet friends. Yes. Oh, Maureen said her second daughter is a bicentennial baby. How cool. That is cool. I was 17. You must have been a baby when you had your first child. Look at this. It's not tea, but we still calling it tea. I'm not drinking tea because I could drink my other tea that's not fruity tea, but I really love my fruity tea. And there's Zach, who was a birthday boy, and Cynthia King. They are birthday twins, Zach and Cynthia, on July 2nd. And I sang to them on the live, and also I think it was an early for them live. And then I sang to them at our nighttime live. When I go live with Michelle Sleeper, I think we're going to be at her house again tonight, or it might be Rosalie's Craft Creations. But anyway, this is Mountain Dew, zero sugar. I really like this. It was new to me just about a month or so ago. And it says Baja Cabu Citrus, Tropical Citrus Punch. I think the zero sugar ones have less of an aftertaste than the whatever it's called, diet, I guess. You think it's at Michelle's, Tammy? Okay. Well, we get when we do go live, we alternate between me and I have members live tomorrow. So any nutty buddies, remember to come tomorrow at 5. So I won't be hosting tomorrow night at 7 because of doing that. And I'm going to do it Tuesday instead, probably Tuesday, Thursday, and maybe Saturday. I don't know. We'll have to work that out with my girls. Cynthia said, thank you, GrannyDee, for the birthday wishes. Brought a little joy to getting older. I know, man. Time, it just goes too fast. Y'all know I always be talking about that. And every day it seems like I wake up with a new pain. Y'all that have bad knees or hurting whatever, put Vicks Vapor Rub on it and see if it doesn't help you. I didn't used to have problems with my knees, but lately they've been giving me fits, so I've been greasing them up with Vicks. I'm telling you, that stuff does wonders. I need to put some on my neck right here. I feel like I pulled something. And let me look here on my phone. I can see Mo better. I could see Mo better if I put my... And that's all right. I'll just leave these glasses on. Oh, man, these are my regular glasses. What'd I do with my other ones? Oh, well, it's in here somewhere. Maureen said she's heading to the squirrel's nest, so be sweet. I don't want to hit anyone with a nut. LOL. Okay. And hey to any other squirrel observers in our bougie squirrel nest. And let's see. Zach said, that's awesome, Cynthia. And Cynthia says it drove the age thing home when I got an electric scooter for my birthday. But, I'd love to have one myself. But I'm just been thinking about and praying about a new car, because y'all know my Honda Odyssey I bought brand new. Well, you might not have known that, but it's an 03, so 23 years old. But it's been great. And it runs fine. It just looks rough. It's, wear and tear. And Zach says, but I don't want to be sweet today. I want to be a rebel. He has an LOL in there. And Cynthia says, go for it, Zach. Maybe I will too, LOL. And yay, Laura's showing that she's now a member of the Baby Squirrels. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Anybody that is a Nutty Buddy channel member, please check and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss tomorrow's live at 5. we'll have our once a month giveaway for our channel members. And I do giveaways for all you folks. It'll be sometime this month. I just don't know. And I might not announce it. So it'll just be, our regulars. We have 24 lovely souls here. Hey, Melissa! Love that gal. You can see her at our nighttime live. She comes up on the panel. We hope she does a lot of times on our panel, and she has a lot of times. We hope she'll keep coming. Like, that's what I mean to say. And she says, good afternoon to me, and hello to all in the chat. Tammy says, Cynthia, I have an electric scooter too and love it. Yep, that's how she gets to work in places. And Zach says, Tammy, do you want to be a rebel with us? So, what y'all been working on? I just showed you this slouchy hat. Might even be sort of tam-like. Look at this pretty. We're not on RDAF yet, but look at that. And, I started a Agatha's shop. I really got to get another pattern to get stuck on. But this is one of the cloud cakes. And this color is called Abundant. Isn't it beautiful? And these things are so, soft. So very soft. And I've been knitting just a little bit more on this. That will be, I think, a poncho maybe. Let's get it in the right place. And it is made from Arabella. I forget the color name, but it's got sparklies in it. Seems like it was unicorn or something. But I have several of these. I was thinking enough to make a poncho. If it's not enough to make a poncho, then it might just be a wrap. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, let me thank you for... and I think you were a member before, weren't you, Laura? So maybe you just resubscribing. But let me give you a thank you. And I forgot to thank someone just the other day. So I'm going to play 2 thank yous, and I can't remember. Doggone it. Thanks, Laura, and all Nutty Buddies. And like I say, another one for the one I forgot. Yay! Sandra's here. Woohoo! She says, howdy, ho, 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 Dee and all. And folks are telling Sandra hello. Cynthia likes the purties I was showing. Kristen, the crochet queen, finished her patriotic dachshund yesterday, and it was so cute. She showed us last night. And she's been coming up with us on the panel, and I so love that. And today she's back working on her the Yarn Addict Spring CAL cow crochet along called the Stitch Odyssey blanket. I got to go over there and see what that looks like. Kristen F is here, and Cindy Lou who says, Lulu, I know, but I call her Cindy Lou who sometimes. She says, thanks to all the Nutty Buddies. Amen, amen, amen. If it weren't for you guys and some super chats, I forgot to do my little dartboard today, but that's all right. Cynthia says, what was the yarn for the wrap with the it's Arabella that they no longer, it's discontinued. It was Hobby Lobby. Sorry about that. I meant to tell that. And Cindy Lou showing she's been a member for 50 months. Wow. That is amazing. And Tammy for 4 months. Laura says you're welcome. Okay, so let's do another Nutty Buddy thing to thank our 2 other Nutty Buddies. We just was 2 or 3. Oops. Okay, let's go ahead with some RDF. Come on, squirrel. Yes, Laura, you did, and we would love to have you come up too. And I hope I'll have time today, maybe that some of you can come up today. But I do have some trivia. I think we had started it last time or recently, and it's one we've done before way back when. But it's knitting and crocheting. So today I have picked out for you just like I usually do, an assortment. This is from Hobby, Cotton Kings, A World of Majestic Yarn. This is a Sultan, and it is 100% cotton, and it's 800 meters. So, what is that in yards? I forget. Does it say? 874. 874. Love the yards, which is pretty much enough to do a decent size shawl, if you like. And it's a number 2 fine. And here it is. And they just have, if you look on the site, it'll have a name for the color, but I so wish they'd add that to the label instead of just numbers, but it's got to be easier, I guess, for them just to put the numbers on. Color number 5. Color number 5. What do y'all think about that? Purple, green, and blue. Hi, Q Linda. Oh. Hey, Rebecca, Yarn Basket Toys. Yay. Hey, Susanna, Sagittarius. She's one of our nighttime folks, too. Oh, shoot. Let me stop for just a minute. Call out 3 of our Nutty Buddies of distinction. And if I have some mods that can drop their links for us, that would be terrific. I so miss Soila. I just miss her anyway, but so miss her helping us out. And has anybody heard from Soila? I need to shoot her a message. Okay, the first Nutty Buddy of distinction today is that crochet guy and a hyphen and Rob, R-O-B. And the next one is Kenneth, Kenneth, and a hyphen. And he's got letters and a couple numbers. D, lowercase, the letters are lowercase. D as in my name, number 5. Z as in Zorro, the number 3. And B as in bzzz, the buzzing bee. And guess who else? Tammy Fleming. Tammy, you can just type drop and drop your link. If any of those other folks are here, they can do the same thing, but I don't remember seeing Rob or Kenneth. Hey, let me see if I can, since we're on a new month, let's see if I can. Oh, doo-doo. See if I can get, the gifted members. No, I can't do it that way. It's not coming up, so maybe it's not time yet. I can't remember when I did the other ones, so we'll have to wait on the gifting of the 10 memberships. Oh, what you talking about, Tammy? I know sports. She's asking, did France win, Susanna? Oh, she said Sagittarius, Susanna. Yes, started. Yeah. Yeah, y'all see Tammy thanking Rebecca for subscribing to her channel. Yeah, y'all do that thing. If you need any of the Nutty Buddies repeated, I can do that. Here is another from Hobby, and it's a Sultan Shadow. It's also 100% cotton and same amount, same length. So 800 meters, 874 yards, and of course a 2-weight, which is sport weight. And the color number of this one is 6. What did I say the other one was? Isn't that pretty? It's black and like a raspberry color. It's beautiful. Number of this one was 5. So 5 and 6, but this is a shadow cake, so it's a little bit different. All the shadow cakes have black around them, hence shadow. Duh. Duh. Don't pee in Myrtle Beach. My favorite places to go. Hey, Sam, I got the squirrel mobile set up. Come to your house after we get done. Isn't that pretty? And I have just one of the Furls acrylic yarns, but I have well, I need to go look on there. I probably don't need to look because y'all know I do not need another skein, hank, whatever of yarn, which is no fun at all, but I just got to get some thinned out of here. But the Wander acrylic, and it has such a sheen on it, and it's darker. Everything I show y'all is darker. My lights, I need to put a different light up there. Throw some lime in it and Halloween Q. Which one? The last one? The shadow? Yeah, that would be pretty. Heidi, hey! Your Rob is one of our Nutty Buddies of distinction. Could you put his link up if no one else has? What is the game PAR? P-A-R. That's what they're talking about. These furls yarns are number 4 worsted weight, 100% acrylic. This one is called Festival, a good name for it. It is so pretty. It's like a hot pink. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So worsted weight, all acrylic, and how many yards are you? 120 yards, 109 meters. And I think, oh yeah, I told you festival. And it's so soft and squishy. Wander by Furls. And I have a Wander very nice heavy canvas bag that I have some of that yarn in. And then I have an Expression Fiber Arts. I know I've shown this one a bunch of times. Look, I'm big on the raspberry color today. Isn't that gorgeous? Or a cherry color. Oh, losing my Temu yarn. That's next. This is called an Expression Fiber Arts is a business in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is about 50 miles north of me. The color is called Summer Cocktail, and it's a bamboo alpaca fingering. And let me tell you, it is some kind of soft. And it also has a gorgeous sheen, which doesn't really come across on the screen, I don't think. Izzy, did I say hi to you? If I didn't, hello. Almost, Laura says, looks like a pink she uses for the block she recently made for her cousin. She makes baby blocks out of plastic canvas. That is labor intensive, and she does it for every letter of the alphabet. And talk about something you'd keep for the family, passed down. That would definitely be something that you would do. This has 351 meters, which is 384 yards, and it is a fingering weight. And I guess that's all you need to know about that. But that is gorgeous, I think. And I have several of these. They had a nice sale on these. And Chandy, the girl, Chandy or Shandy, Chandi, has patterns a lot of times over the weekend that are free and sales on the yarn. And she also has a reward program, so you get a percentage off after you spend so much. And these next two are from Temu. My mouth is dry as a bone. This says merino wool, natural and hand-dyed yarn. It has a color number, but it's covered up. And it is 52% wool, 10% cashmere, 38% polyester. And I hope that all adds up to 100. It doesn't give the meterage, but it's 200 and, it gives the meters, not the yardage. 270 meters. So y'all can ask Siri what that is. I'm going to see if I can untape this a minute to give you the color number. Color number blank. But look, it's pretty. It feels, you can feel the wool. It feels fairly rustic. So if you're allergic to wool or it bothers you, then this is not what you need. But it's sort of a light raspberry-ish color and shades of tan, brown. What would y'all make with this? Look at that cute little label. Natural and hand-dyed yarn. 227 meters is about 257 yards, Sam says. Yes, Laura's made lots of sets over the years. Thank you, Susanna. You know, this came from Temu, and I got it way too big. If I don't watch out, my brassiere strap will be hanging out. And here's another one, same deets. Let me make sure. Yep, very same details. And the color number and lot number are left blank as well, but it's different colors. It's green and brown, and this looks kind of peachy and yellow. I need to get closer to the screen so y'all can see better. What would you make out of these? I think when you buy these, they're in sets of 3. Jackie, you pay us! Yay! Easy, easy, easy. You like the green, and Nana Donna likes this one. I love them both. And I think you could put these two together, don't y'all? They're basically, you know, fairly neutrals and muted colors. This one's just got mainly 2 colors in it, and this one has more. But I think you could put those together if you needed to. And of course, it's got lots of my hair on it. And then I have a all cotton for you. It's one of the sugar and creams. And this color is, poppy. It reminds me of one of our friends, another friend from the UK, who has popped up a couple of times lately. You'd make a shawl cue. And Nana Donna said, yeah, they could be used together, coordinate, use so many rows of each color. Yeah. Yep. Very good. This has 95 yards, which is 86 meters, and I believe it's a number 4. Yes, it is. So it's worsted weight. And it says there are free patterns on yarnspirations.com. I'm sure I've looked at that site before at patterns. I might need to do that again. The corals, shades of coral and cream, and boogers, gillets, like my mama used to call little pieces of just like lint or whatever. You sent an email showing your blocks. I'll try to, let me look. Let me stop and look right now, or I'll forget to do that. You know, when you're looking for something, you can't find it. Where's my Gmail? There it is. There it is. And Laura. Ooh, that's pretty. So you just did it in that hot pink color and white. Let me see if I can blow it up. Yes, I can. Oh, she has some other colors on the. So she does the letter on one of the sides of the cube. And yeah, that's 6 sides, 4 around the side and top and bottom. So she put something on every side. Look at that. The plastic canvas, and that would tear your hands up. Or I remember the time I tried to do something with it. Oh, she's got another one here too. Oh, these are the first ones she made. So you got all kind of colors on these. And that's as large as I can make it, but you get an ID. Isn't that wonderful? Wouldn't that be a great thing to, maybe I'm not showing close enough or long enough. And they're all there, the whole set. I'm just showing you a part of it. But like I said, a great thing to hand down. Yeah. To the children, to the grandchildren, to the great-grandchildren. And I think this, with this scrubby yarn, Scrubology, and I know probably a lot of you don't like using this because it can be rough on your hands, but this is the softest one. Now, it's still, it's still a little, it's got to be that texture to scrub your pots and pans or to use it as an exfoliator in the shower. And love the colors in this. It reminds me of the beach. It's called See You at Sunset. Colors in that, but that would be pretty to put together and have it not all out of this, depending on what you're making it for, right? So you've seen this one before, so let me give you the deets on this. This was $5.99 when I got it. It's been a while back, so who knows what they are now. 125 yards. It does, I don't see the meters. Now I do. 115 meters, all cotton. And it calls it a number 4. Also, and See You at Sunset. Isn't that pretty? Beachy colors, and they are darker. My light again, blowing it out. Beautiful, beautiful. Should be instructions on the label for what, Miss Sandra? Something I just asked. Oh, Izzy asked, I can't hear, but how do you wash big twists? And so Sandra answered that. Oh, you sent a third set? Well, I'll try to get to it, but I need to get on with what we're doing. But I'll try. If I don't get to it today, and hopefully next time. And I won a whole bunch. I rolled this one up. This one probably has several of the, at least 2. This is packed like tight as Dick's hat band. I won a bunch of these. And by a bunch, I mean like 6 or 8. Probably 8. If not 10. Oh gosh, what was the girl's name? It was Biggie something or something Biggie. And this is Noro. I've never seen Noro like this. It feels like suede. Let me see if I've got one with a label. Yes, I do. Woohoo! Look at me. Now, if I can see. This has, it's called SUMILE, Sumile. 63% cotton, 29% silk, 8% nylon. And there's 100 meters in each, which would be 109 yards. What would you make with a whole bunch of these? It's not the softest thing you've ever felt, but it does remind me of like a suede material. And it is a gorgeous teal. And this is the last RDAF of the day. Yes, Cindy, thank you for thanking everybody for their continued support. I so appreciate it. But my numbers have been down for everything. So if y'all could help me out, I would appreciate that. And you're helping out just by showing up to the lives. Trish H says, make a cookie monster. Yeah. Maybe a pillow. Yeah. And you know, my couch and love seat are teal. Kristen says it's a stunning teal. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, and Tammy, I think, was answering Izzy's question. She says cold water and dry on low. Looks blue on your end. Well, it's teal. I would call it teal. Okay, and now we have trivia. Or would you rather come up? Do I have some folks that would volunteer to come up and show us what you're working on? Or show us some of your yarn? I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. I'm trying to get to the right place on this trivia in case we do this. In case. All right, I think I'm at the right spot. Nana Donna says she'll be back. Got to go see what she has to do next on her mosaic blankets and fiber fox studio. I love Courtney and I love to hear her laugh. She is wonderful. Well, I'm going to put the invitation up just in case we have some folks who would love to join me. I don't always, because sometimes I just have too much stuff to tell you or whatnot. But there it is. And let me see if I can pin that. Yes, it should be pinned. It should be pinned. Thank you, Kristen F. I so appreciate that. Like I said, I don't get paid if not for members and super chat, super stickers, whatnot. When we do the little dartboard thing, for whatever reason, it only counts the super chats. There must be a reason. Thank you so much. Kristen F., give you a thank you before we go to trivia. Let's do this one. That's okay, Kristen. She says she's leaving soon. Otherwise, I would. Hubby and I have our monthly massages at 4:30. How wonderful. That sounds great. Laura says she's sorting things right now, making a project for a friend for a friend's name wall hanging. Michelle, are we at your house tonight or Rosie Posey's? Do you know yet? And big hugs and love to you too, darling. And she's saying hi to everybody. All right. I'll do trivia, but if folks want to come up, if I don't see you, please write in the chat that you're here so I don't miss you. Oh, Michelle's driving. Okay, sweetie. Oh, Rosie Posey's going to be live tonight. Can somebody put in Rosalie's Craft Creations? Or, yeah, we're almost, shoot, we only got 15 more minutes. This is easy. What's the yarn weight that is most often used for socks? And we're talking probably knitted socks here. Although, if you crocheted socks out of this weight, they would be they would probably be wearable with your shoes. Most socks, stockings, whatever that you would crochet are more like things you would wear without shoes. Little house socks or slippers. Hey, Terry! How you? All right. Does anybody know? What's the yarn weight that is most often used for socks? I see a 3, which is a DK weight. I'm talking knitted socks, or like I said, it could be crocheted as well, although most of the time it's more of that weight, the DK weight that they just set up there. Now I'm seeing some ones, fingerings. Yes, fingering. Thank you, Sandra, for putting Rosie Posey's link up. Yep, tonight at 7 Eastern. Heidi did too. Thank you so much, girls. Terry says, still unpacking. I cheat sometimes. Oh, it's called a break. Yeah. Fingering weight. And then it says worsted weight yarns are sometimes used, but the socks made with it are much thicker and tend to be less comfortable than those made with the fingering weight. If, like I say, if you're going to put shoes on with it. All right, next one. Where have some of the oldest intact examples of clothing made from nail binding, NALBINDING, been found? If anybody wants to look that word up, I know I've looked it up before, and I don't remember. Yeah, Izzy said, oh, one then. Yeah, that's right. So where do you think? Where have some of the oldest intact examples of clothing made from nail binding been found? Where did they find it? Yes, Kristen and Sam says, Sam says it's a form of knitting. And Egypt is the correct answer. Ding, 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 ding. And ding, ding, ding for those who said fingering weight or number 1 earlier. What is the name of the famous English knitting expert who was the head designer for Peyton's, Patons, and became a popular personality through his knitting show on BBC? And he was born 1904 and passed 1972. Says he was totally devoted to knitting. His enthusiasm and eccentric personality, as well as his skills, made his segment of the BBC's Women's Hour very popular. He's got some books that he authored. And it says considered to be basic reference book on knitting patterns. Many of his other books are still bought and sold in online markets such as eBay. He was one of the greatest influences on British knitting. Anybody know his name? I'll give you the initials, J-N. Hey, Sharon. Are you, honey? My tongue. Yes, today has been much better. Today has been much better. Spring. Hey, darling. You spinning? Y'all go to Springs and watch her spin. She does everything. She makes beads and stuff too, glass beads. And has a farm. She does it all. Anybody know that dude's name? J-N. I'll tell you, James Norberry. I wouldn't have known either. Nana Donna's back. Woohoo, woohoo. Let's see. This is for knitting as well. How would you add a brim to your hat? How would you add a brim to your hat? And I think they're talking about starting at the top and then working down. Yeah, it's got to be. Closed on, yep. James, what I say? Norberry? Norbury? Norbury. Yep. So how would you add a brim to your hat? And Sandra's got a big, no clue. Yep, you increase. Sandra says that word nail binding involves the use of a single needle to create a fabric from loops of yarn. It requires joining lengths of yarn together during the process rather than using a continuous strand. I believe I'd have to see a video on that. It says here how to add a brim to your hat, and this is knitting, picking up stitches around the edge and then knitting or crocheting these stitches. And I have added, just if I wanted, if the hat I made and it was maybe a knitted hat, if I wanted to make it longer, so add some rows, I would crochet some rounds. But yes, you're increasing. You could just increase as well. And the next one, what stitch would be most appropriate if you wanted to give a basket weave-like effect? And there could be many answers to this. But the one they give here is one that for the longest time was my favorite stitch, and it's still one of my favorites. Cynthia says, all FLO all the way around, then increase as many rounds as you need. Froggy, oh, Sam's got a video on that. Thank you, Froggy. We will check that out. Anybody know what stitch would be most appropriate if you wanted to give a basket weave-like effect? And like I say, there could be several ways to do that. And I'm not even sure. Let's see. Here they're talking about knitting, but I was talking about crochet. But yeah, you could use so many knits and so many purls. to give that basket weave look. And you could also use the mouse stitch. There is a knitted mouse stitch, different from the crochet mouse stitch, of course. It says mouse stitch, also knit one, purl one stitch, but alternates on each new row so that a knit sits above a purl and purl knit stitch in it, and the other way around for the other. This is a stitch that all new knitters should try, as it is very forgiving to uneven knitters, as it always manages to look just right. I don't know if I've ever done the knitted mouse stitch. I don't think I did. Oh, front post. You talking about the crochet? Yeah, front post and back post. Yep, that's what I saw lately, and it was like a 8 stitch repeat. So you do 4 back post and then 4 front post, and just keep repeating that. Oh, Kristen's got to go. We all gonna be going in about 4 minutes. Cynthia says, right, Quilty. I use that a lot. I was thinking a flat brim like a sun hat. Yeah. Could be, or could be like, no, they really don't say. Could be like a bucket hat too. Okay, the textured pattern created by slipping one or more stitches, this is knitting, to a small needle, working one or more stitches from the main needle, and then working the stitches from the small needle is called, what are you doing when you do that? And there's a special little, and I've got plenty of them, but none right here. Special little needle where you put those extra stitch or the stitches that you're not working. Basically, you're changing the order of the stitches to create a certain effect. Thank you, Sam. Here's the link to the premiere. Oh, yes, it is a premiere. I forgot to tell you that. Their interview with Jibber Jabber Panda. She said, just in case you fall off the bus. And Izzy's asking, who has the cheapest and best yarn? Well, that's a little subjective. You know, now since we in the U.S. have tariffs, I would say hobby for a lot of things. And I don't mind Temu, but you have to be careful with some of that stuff too. Hey, Karen. We only have a few more minutes, but I hope you'll go with us over to Sam's Yarn Basket for the Twisted Fiber Friends, their premiere with their guest, our lovely Panda. Panda Bear. Yep, and drop your channels. Just type DROP to drop your channel. That's okay. No problem. I always need people to catch the replays too, if they don't mind. Because like I said, I'm down on subscribers, down on watch time, down on moolah, but it's okay. Did anybody say cable? That was cable that I was talking about. Cable stitch. It says cable comes in all sizes, or cables come in all sizes and shapes, ranging from the familiar 3-stitch stocking stitch cable to convoluted woven designs. And we will stop right there because we only have one more minute left. Izzy says, so watch hours, it doesn't matter what. No. You just pick a playlist and let it run overnight. Sometime, if you think about it. And for folks who are just starting out and trying to get their watch hours, that would be good for them as well. Thank you so much for coming today and just hanging out and chatting and playing a little trivia if you wanted to, or just sitting and listening and working on your project. Cindy's reminding you about your thummies before we go. Oh, and it's 4 bells, so hop on the squirrel mobile. We're going to Sam's Yarn Basket. See that, to catch that premiere with the Twisted Fiber friends. Thanks again. Love you all. Bye-bye. Come on, little squirrel.